Hello my petals and welcome to my little intro video. Since I didn't record my first very scuffed stream, I thought I'd remake the introduction part of it and maybe give you a little bit of a lore drop and show you off this model which will be new to my YouTube viewers. So I'm Sister Rose and I am a Púca, and a Púca is a type of Irish shape-shifting animal fairy who often has the features of one or more animals even in their humanoid forms. So I do have a human form, but this is sort of my in-between fairy form, which is what you'll see most of the time. And I also have a cat form, a fox form, and a cat fox form, but those are a secret, and you may get to see those eventually. So I'm just going to give you a little bit of my lore and backstory as to why I am the way I am and all that. So let's get started with that, shall we? Once, there was a strange creature, a cryptid if you will, wandering the Irish countryside. Fey in nature, many believed it to be a cat-she, a cat witch, due to its feline features, but it sometimes had features of a fox or something altogether different. Such mutations were not uncommon among the Fae, but made the young member of the She even more misunderstood by humans, and sometimes even by the Fae. Separated from the realm of fairy through happenstance and outcast from the human world due to her strange nature, she nonetheless continued to be seen wandering around Lochgar or Cool Park on starry nights, dancing under the moon. She took to introducing herself and being known by the name Roseweave, owing to her tendency to weave roses into her hair or clothes, and like the flower that was her namesake, she could be both beautiful and thorny in her disposition. As she became older, she was known as a Fey witch who'd spent time in a mysterious order, Sister Rose, whose help could be sought, but she was not quick to trust those who would have use of her. After a deal gone sour, a dark druid cursed her to be reborn as a human child, wiping her memories, but leaving her with a vestigial trace of who she was to haunt her for the rest of her days. It was by chance the reborn Rose would happen across a travelling mystic, a Sufi to be precise, fascinated by finding what appeared to be a jinn in a human shell. He began teaching her some of the simple tenets of Islamic mysticism. Through meditation, through seeing herself reflected in the eyes of the beloved, Rose managed to get in touch with her true self. Researching ways to draw out her Fey self, she decided to settle on VTubing as part of an ongoing ritual to channel her true self and continue to restore her memories, like a jinn being released from a bottle. But with those memories comes a sourness towards the humans that feared her. Did the druid inadvertently give her a chance to see things anew after all? It all depends. So that's my little story, and I shall be giving you more lore as I go along. And I have a bunch of streams already recorded to upload. I may pick them apart for clips, as that tends to be what makes people more successful in this realm, I think. And now I may show you some of the images that I showed during my initial stream, some of the photos I took. So we're going to the burn. So this is the burn. This is where I go to chill and... Okay, that's not the burn. That's the falls in Ennisdiamond. But, you know, it's sort of nearby. But the burn is where I go to chill and sing Enya, I guess. So that's very big Irish vibes here. It's got a very unique landscape. It's a bit like a grassy version of the moon. So very mystical, very wonderful. Great place to twirl around and be sillily Irish in, I guess. Well, there you go. There's all mountains in the background too, but you can't really see them here. So let's go to Morboran. And this is a really interesting sort of spiritual place that people come to. And they like tie little things. I think it's like to remember people they've lost and things like that, or prayers and wishes. And so this is sort of like a little holy pilgrimage place almost, and sort of around the back of this is a little like religious sort of things, like little Mieri statues and all that. So there's lots of little places like this dotted around Ireland in sort of near forests and little enclaves and all that. And here we have a donkey! It's a really majestic looking donkey. We fed it apples, it was really nice. Ooh, you get to see it up close now, and there's the apple there. It was a very nice donkey. And here in the background you can see the cairn, and that's where people were buried in ye olden days. So that's my little tour of the Burren, I guess, for now. So now we're going to take a look at Cork, where I currently reside, County Cork. So yeah, this is the river, the River Lee, and this is kind of in the area around Sunday as well. This is the back of the cafe we used to go to before it was closed down, unfortunately. You know, COVID and all that. There's Lee again, and the majestic view of Sunday as well, where I guess the slightly more middle class people tend to live. And there's some spookier places in Cork as well. Like this! I think this is some hospice, or I'm not actually sure what it is, but I just walked at night. I got kind of lost trying to find the Christmas market, and there's lots of these cool, sort of slightly gothic, spooky places around Cork. And yeah, I think I might actually be some place that nuns live in. So the other kind of sister. I'm a sister as in like an order of witches, and also like the Muslim sister, although I haven't been super practicing lately. It's something I sure I'll revisit when I'm getting more into myself. Yeah, this is the wrong way around, but yeah, it would make a really good witch house album cover. Anyway, this is more north side looking area. Yeah, this is the north side, yeah. So some kind of church or something. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this little intro, and I'll be uploading some more videos now. I'm going to get to work on some of the other videos that I promised as well, although they may take on a slightly different format to what I had initially planned to do, because I'm having a bit of a change of direction. Although not a drastic one necessarily, I am doing obviously more typical VTuber content, but I am going to go back to doing some of the more social and media analysis, stuff like that, and I may be inviting some VTuber friends in for that as well. So look forward to that, I guess. Oh, and here's a quick look at my model. So let's zoom out a bit in VC Face. So as you can see, I bought this off Booth, and this dress, I mean, not the model, I made the model myself in VRoid, and I use Blender. As you can see, I have a bit more of a booty than Blender normally gives you, and I'm a bit chubbier, got a bit of a belly. So that required some Blender modification. And I'll be continuing along that road, because my shoes are a bit scuffed, and I need to fix those. So yeah, that's me. And, oh, I can do this too. Where are we? Yeah. Yeah, I used to flap my hands while I was a kid, so that's a very fun feature to have now. So, really lovely to meet you in my current new form. And hope you're having a great one, and I'll be back soon for more videos. Bye bye! Salams and Slán.